Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The Golden State Warriors are entering a pivotal offseason, one where every decision could define the final chapters of the Stephen Curry era. With their championship window still slightly ajar, but narrowing, the front office is reportedly considering significant changes to bolster their frontcourt. While Draymond Green has been a defensive linchpin and emotional heartbeat for the team, the reality is setting in. He's not the long-term answer at center. At his best, Green thrives as a defensive disruptor, a secondary playmaker, someone who flourishes without a traditional role constraining his impact. But asking him to shoulder the burden of anchoring the paint night in and night out is a recipe for decline. If the Warriors are serious about another title push, they need more size, more rebounding, and a touch more scoring inside. And that's where the rumors start swirling, with names like Brook Lopez and Nikola Vučević beginning to enter the conversation. Brook Lopez, of course, brings elite rim protection and veteran savvy. But there's a growing sentiment in league circles that the Warriors might be leaning towards someone younger, more versatile offensively, and perhaps just a bit under the radar. Enter Nikola Vučević, the two-time All-Star, who despite consistent production has been underutilized and often overlooked during his stint with the Chicago Bulls. With the Bulls locked in a holding pattern, neither rebuilding nor contending, Vučević's talents are quietly being wasted. He's a walking double-double, averaging 18.5 points and 10.1 rebounds per game this past season. Even more valuable in today's game, he can stretch the floor with his shooting and operates comfortably in the high post, which would fit seamlessly into the Warriors' free-flowing offensive system. Imagine him playing alongside Steph Curry. Vučević would have more space than he's ever seen in his career. There's also the matter of fit, and Vučević seems to check almost every box for what the Warriors need right now. He's not a defensive stopper in the traditional sense, but he's positionally sound and would benefit from playing alongside an elite help defender like Green. Offensively, his pick-and-pop potential with Curry could be devastating. Throw Jimmy Butler into that mix, another hypothetical but not entirely outlandish addition, and you're looking at a lineup that blends grit, experience, and scoring punch from virtually every position. A starting five of Curry, Butler, Green, Vučević, and Brandon Podziemski isn't just balanced. It's dangerous. It gives the Warriors inside-out versatility, floor spacing, and more rebounding than they've had in years. It's the kind of lineup that can go head-to-head with any team in the Western Conference, including the reigning champs. But to land a player like Vučević, something's gotta give. The Warriors are deep in the luxury tax and can't just scoop up a big contract without making tough decisions. That's where the trade pieces come into play. Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga are both promising young players, each showing flashes of brilliance in limited minutes. Kuminga in particular has started to look like he might be ready for a breakout year. Yet the question remains, are the Warriors willing to wait for that development? Or is it time to cash in that potential for immediate production? For a team trying to maximize whatever time is left with Curry at the peak of his powers, the answer might be obvious. Vučević brings certainty. Kuminga and Moody bring possibility. And in a win-now scenario, certainty tends to win out. This doesn't mean the Warriors are abandoning their youth movement entirely. Podziemski has already carved out a spot in the rotation, and players like Trayce Jackson-Davis are on developmental arcs that the team values. But when push comes to shove, the core is aging. Curry will be 37 next season. Klay Thompson's future remains murky, and Green, as mentioned, can't be asked to do everything forever. If there's one more championship left in this group, it will require a shrewd rebalancing of youth and experience, an infusion of size and skill down low to complement the perimeter brilliance. Vučević might not be the splashiest name on the market, but he could be the most impactful if used correctly in the Warriors system. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive. Dubs updates, let's keep going. From Chicago's perspective, there's incentive as well. The Bulls have hovered in mediocrity for years, and it might finally be time to pivot toward a full rebuild. Swapping out Vučević for young assets like Kuminga or Moody gives them a fresh start and potentially a future star. It's a move that aligns timelines, Vučević joining a veteran-led contender while Chicago resets around a younger nucleus. The financials would take some maneuvering, of course, but there's enough mutual benefit to make the outlines of a deal feasible. It would also give the Warriors an edge in negotiations for any other big moves this offseason, especially if they're eyeing more than just frontcourt help. What makes this idea particularly enticing for Golden State fans is that Vučević wouldn't require a full stylistic overhaul. He's a plug-and-play big who doesn't need post touches to stay engaged and who can screen, pop, or roll depending on the situation. His mid-range game is elite, his hands are soft, and his basketball IQ is high. He's also been a relatively durable player, something the Warriors sorely need after seasons plagued by injuries and inconsistent rotations. Just imagine the possibilities. Curry pulling up from 30 feet, Butler slashing to the rim, Green orchestrating from the top of the key, and Vučević spacing the floor or punishing switches in the paint. It's not just intriguing, it's potentially transformative. Still, none of this happens in a vacuum. The Warriors need to decide, and soon, what kind of team they want to be. Are they chasing legacy, hoping to squeeze one last ring out of the Curry era? Or are they trying to build a bridge to the future while remaining competitive? It's a delicate balance, and one that GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. will have to navigate carefully. But with the right moves, it's not out of the question for Golden State to walk that tightrope. Adding Vučević doesn't preclude development. It just shifts the focus. It says, we're not done yet. It says, we're still a threat. And most importantly, it signals to Curry, to Green, to the fans that the Warriors aren't ready to fade into the background of the NBA landscape. So as summer rolls in and the trade winds start to swirl, keep an eye on the Bay Area. The Warriors have decisions to make, and Nikola Vučević might just be the key to unlocking one final run. He's available, he's capable, and he fits the mold of exactly what this team needs. Whether it's through free agency or a bold trade, Golden State's front office will have to move fast and think strategically. Because in the NBA, the window doesn't just close, it slams shut. And for a team built on movement, rhythm, and quick decisions, that urgency might just be the motivation they need to make their next great move. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.